What would you do if the woman you loved, the one you built a life with, was secretly building another life? Right. Piece by piece, right under your nose, with custom-made gifts and inside jokes you didn't understand? The night everything broke was a Tuesday, 2 a.m. The soft glow of my phone screen illuminated the damning evidence. I was scrolling through Sarah's Etsy purchase history, looking for a birthday gift idea when I saw it. A series of bespoke items, a hand-stitched leather wallet with an obscure quote, a custom-engraved compass, pointing to a city neither of us had ever visited, a ceramic mug with a caricature that was definitely not me. Each order was marked gift, each shipped to an address in Dallas, Texas, a city Sarah claimed she only visited 4 work conferences. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of dread. The mystery wasn't just who these gifts were for, but why the inside jokes felt so intimately alien. I knew, with a sickening certainty, that my world was about to shatter, and I was holding the hammer. The first tremor of suspicion had been subtle, a shift in the air. Like the pressure drop before a storm, my wife of 10 years had always been meticulous. But lately, her phone was a fortress, always face down, always locked. Even when she was just across the room. Her work trips to Dallas had become monthly, then bi-weekly. She'd return with a new, almost brittle energy, a forced cheerfulness that grated on my nerves. I'd ask about her conferences, about new clients. She'd offer vague, rehearsed answers, her eyes darting away. I tried to dismiss it, to tell myself it was stress, the demands of her high-powered marketing job. But the unease festered, a slow-growing cancer in my gut. Then came the Etsy orders. The wallet, the compass, the mug, each one a tiny, perfectly crafted dagger. The quote on the wallet, "Our secret garden blooms," meant nothing to me, but the font was whimsical, romantic. The compass pointed to Deep Ellum, a district in Dallas known for its vibrant nightlife and live music. The caricature on the mug, a man with a distinctive goatee and a mischievous grin, was definitely not me. It was a face I'd never seen, yet it was etched onto a gift from my wife. Humiliation washed over me, cold and bitter. It wasn't just that she was cheating. It was the brazen intimacy of these gifts, the shared secrets. The inside jokes I was excluded from. It was a life she was building with someone else, using our money, our shared future, to fund her betrayal. I confronted her, not about the Etsy orders, not yet. I asked about Dallas, about her long hours, about the distance I felt growing between us. She became cold, defensive. "You're being paranoid, Mark," she'd snap, her voice laced with an unfamiliar venom. "I'm working hard for us. Maybe you should try doing the same instead of inventing problems." Her manipulation was chilling. She twisted my concern into an accusation, making me feel guilty. She started leaving her phone in plain sight, unlocked, but always with a casual, "Oh." I just cleared my messages. A new level of arrogance, a belief that she was untouchable, that I was too blind, too trusting, to ever see the truth. I felt myself breaking down. The man who had once been confident, secure in his marriage, was now a shadow. Constantly second-guessing himself, scrutinizing every glance, every word. I'd lie awake at night, the images of those Etsy gifts burning in my mind, the unknown man's face on the mug mocking me. The pain was physical, a constant ache behind my eyes, a tightness in my chest. But amidst the despair, a cold resolve began to form. I wouldn't just break, I would rebuild, but not before I dismantled everything she held dear. My secret gathering of proof began. I installed a discreet GPS tracker on her car, a tiny device hidden beneath the bumper. I hired a private investigator, a quiet, efficient woman named Brenda. Brenda's reports were clinical, devastating. Photos of Sarah entering a boutique hotel in Deep Ellum, Dallas, with a man matching the caricature on the mug, receipts for expensive dinners, concert tickets, weekend getaways, all paid for with Sarah's corporate card, disguised as client entertainment. Text messages, recovered from her cleared phone by a digital forensics expert I secretly consulted, revealed a sickeningly affectionate exchange between Sarah and Leo, the affair partner. "Can't wait for our secret garden to bloom, my love," one read. The same quote from the wallet. Leo, I learned, was a junior partner at a rival marketing firm, a smug, ambitious man. With a reputation for charming married women, I started setting my traps. Legally, I consulted with a top divorce attorney, a shark named Ms. Albright. She advised me on how to build an ironclad case for adultery, ensuring Sarah would lose everything. Socially, I began to subtly distance myself from Sarah's friends, planting seeds of doubt, mentioning her increasingly frequent work trips with a feigned, worried sigh. I created an anonymous email account and started sending carefully curated snippets of Brenda's findings. Two key figures in Sarah's professional network: her boss, her company's HR department, even the board members. Not enough to directly accuse, but enough to raise questions, to make them look closer at her expense reports, her travel logs. The public exposure was swift and brutal. It started with a quiet email from Sarah's HR department, requesting a meeting to discuss discrepancies in her expense reports. Then came the call from her boss, a terse, angry conversation about unethical conduct and damage to the company's reputation. The divorce papers landed on her desk at work, served by a process server in front of her colleagues. The carefully leaked information about her affair, coupled with the financial improprieties, spread like wildfire through her professional and social circles. Her carefully constructed image, the successful, devoted wife, crumbled. Sarah was completely ruined. Her job, her reputation, her social standing, all gone. No, the divorce settlement left her with almost nothing, her assets stripped away to compensate for her deceit and the financial damage she'd inflicted. Leo, the smug affair partner, was also fired from his firm, derailed by the scandal. I saw Sarah once, months later, in a grocery store. In a different part of town, she looked hollow, her eyes vacant, her once vibrant confidence replaced by a defeated slump. She didn't see me, and I didn't approach her. There was nothing left to say. The silence in my house is deafening now, but it's a clean silence, free from the echoes of her lies. The Etsy orders are long gone, purged from my memory, replaced by the quiet satisfaction of justice served. The garden she tried to cultivate with another man withered and died, leaving only barren earth. The cold wind whispers through the empty rooms.